I'm Fox 4 meteorologist Andrew Shipley. We're taking a live look outside from the Hilton Marco Island Beach Resort. Absolutely gorgeous out there. Barely a cloud in the sky. You can thank all that drier air that's been pushing through the last day or so, kind of hanging out for another day for us. You can see on our water vapor imagery that rust color is that drier air pushing on through southwest Florida. But again, moving south of our area later on today. So we'll start to see that humidity creeping back up tomorrow and start to bring in some rain chances. But enjoy today because really not expecting much, if at all, any showers or storms out there as it's pretty quiet across the peninsula. As for your planning forecast, all sunshine all morning long into the early afternoon as we climb up into the lower 90s. We're going to go 93 in Punta Gorda, 92 in Arcadia, Lehigh, 92 down in Naples. You get inland closer to Lake Okeechobee, looking about 90 degrees, Moorhaven, Clewiston, a little bit of a lake breeze, keeping temperatures down a hair. But still with the lower humidity around, there's just enough surface moisture that we still get those feels like temperatures in the upper 90s, maybe even hitting that triple digit mark, but it's a lot better than we've been where it's been, say, 105, 110. So we'll take this little bit of a break. If you are going on the boat today, looking at seas 1 foot or less, Lake Choctaws inland waterways, Gulf temperature at 88 degrees. So tonight we are looking at clear skies. Again, that drier air still in place, 76 degrees for us here. So it should really be an overall picture, a nice day out here as we time this out for you. Here's noontime. As we are looking at, again, clear skies. You're getting about 4 o'clock. Could see a shower or two out towards Lake Okeechobee. You see that sea breeze coming in from the Atlantic coastline. But other than that, we're looking at it fizzling out before it really reaches us here in southwest Florida by this evening. And again, watching a really drier day. If you get a shower, it would be very quick, very fast, fast-moving shower. Again, really not expecting much, if anything. So that's why we're only got a 10% chance of rain for us here today. That rises, though, as we move through the week back up to 70-80%, and that has to do with the tropics as we are taking a live look at what the tropics look like. A couple areas where we're watching, one in the middle of the Atlantic here. This is Invest 96, 20% chance. Really just a disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms here this morning. Development really not that favorable, but we can't really rule out completely if a depression would form out later this week as it lifts off to the north. But again, I'm not overly concerned with this. Is a storm for the fishes. But the one behind it off of Africa, this is just a wave right here, just coming off the coastline there. Could see a depression form later this week, 40% chance of development with that. But the one closer to home, that's the one all our eyes are on, at least right now. 10% chance for the next 2 days, 70% over the next 7 as this area of low pressure is starting to develop off of Central America and then lifting northward. And this is all part of what we call the Central American gyrus. So this is really an area of low pressure that forms over Central America, and it's from the heat lifting off the landmass, and then that picks up the moisture from the Pacific and the Caribbean and the Gulf and really forms an area of low pressure there, typically in late spring or in early fall, and can aid in tropical formation. And that's what we are seeing here. Our in-house computer model seeing a area of low pressure forming and really ramping up there south of Cuba into Tuesday and then lifting off to the north there. And it also kind of shows in our global models as well. Now, intensity and track is still to be worked out, but both the European and the GFS model showing some kind of area of low pressure in that same location and then lifting northward, likely as a named storm. That would be Helene by the middle of the week and then moving up towards the Big Bend or the Panhandle by Friday. But that means you're looking at something close enough to feel it even here in southwest Florida if that is the track, and that's still obviously to be worked out. But here's the look at the European model, and you can see those heavy rain bands maybe just staying off the coastline of southwest Florida, but close enough to definitely be feeling breezy conditions and some heavy rain up near our coastline. And that's why the Weather Prediction Center is already putting out a possible risk for excessive flooding, excessive rainfall causing flooding starting on Thursday from Marco Island northward, especially up near our coastline. Very similar to what we saw with Debbie just a few months ago. But we are watching, again, what we know is a potential system developing in the Gulf next week. Any potential impacts would obviously be dependent on the track, but it would be Thursday, Friday. And again, that next name would be Helene. But in the meantime, enjoy today. It's going to be a beautiful day for the first day of fall. Mostly dry, 93 degrees here. And then watching that threat for the tropics as we get into Thursday and Friday.